Well, he is a retired veteran on a mission. Brian Bailey says he's a driven motivator, consultant, and coach who wants to help people achieve their dreams, particularly those who have served in the military. He joins us now to tell us all about his new book called Buying My First Home as a Military Veteran. And tell us a little bit about this book and what inspired you.
Hi, Patricia. I got inspired with this program because as a 25-year veteran of the Air Force, once you retire, it now becomes an obligation to give back. So by doing this book, I wanted to walk through the process that I took and the mistakes that I made and the corrections when it came to home buying. And also it allowed me to talk about some of the benefits like the No Money Down program.
So you are focusing on veterans.
Yes.
Why? What is it that they need to know about buying a home?
The first thing they need to know is that there's a VA loan program that says no money down. And that saves the service member thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars when it comes to buying a home. And it also allows them to understand there's an educational process to this. And without education, they may stumble along the way.
Now, you and I spoke a little earlier about some of the reasons why military members don't actually buy a house, and you had mentioned the mobility and being insecure about where they might want their house or their home to be. So tell us about that.
One of the things that service members come across is that they have to go on orders and go to different locations, or maybe they go on orders for a year, 6 months. But the big thing is being able to not know exactly how long you're going to be at a duty location. For example, in Prince George's County, we have Andrews Air Force Base, right? We have a lot of military members stationed there, but they're unsure about how long they're going to be there. So do you buy a house? Do you rent a house? If you buy a house, what do you do at the end? Do you rent that house out or do you try to sell it? Those are some of the things that I answer in the book and also during my one-on-one consultations.
And that would be basic for anybody, but it's particularly important for somebody in the military then.
Yes, it's very important.
All right, so you mentioned 7 steps in order to get through to that home buying process. Tell us 1 or 2 really important ones.
One of the things they have to do before they even think about buying a house is make sure you're good financially. Make sure that your credit score is okay. Although you can buy a home with a 580 credit score as a veteran, that's one of the unique programs there. But you also need to make sure that your budget is right. One of the other things that's really big is to make sure that you understand that you have the right agent. You need to have the right real estate agent to walk you through the process, along with a lender. Those are 3 of the 7. Of course, we can talk about more during the consultations and when they get the book as well.
Okay, and you also try to educate veterans as well as inspire them. Tell us why you're doing that.
Well, because that's just their benefit. There's a lot of veterans that have never, believe it or not, they have never taken the time to use their VA benefit of the home buying program. And so when you do that, you get, not only do they get inspired, you get a heartfelt feeling when you see that these veterans are now holding the keys to their brand new home.
So this is a very underutilized program from what you're saying.
I wouldn't say it was very underutilized, but I would say that it's maybe not enough information out there. We have programs through the VA that's educating, but we're trying to do more through our transition assistance programs on the base called TAPS and other interesting programs that we have outside the base. So we just have to do more to educate them, and this is one of the educational tools that's now out there in the market. And
you're using humor a little bit in the book. Tell us how you're doing that.
Yes. Well, one of the things that I want to make sure that they understand is that yeah, it is a taxing, stressful thing, but when you're talking about things like the loan process, the settlement process, I use a little cartoon image in there along the way that they can see it, they can laugh, and now let's go to the next chapter.
All right, and you're talking about a few hidden treasures and some free things that you can get throughout the book as well?
Yeah, throughout the book we talk about different things you can get, like some free one-on-one consultations, some free ideas and tips and solutions, so we walk through them as well.
All right, and one thing that you really want people to know out there, those that are in the military about buying a home, what would it be? It
would be a good thing for you to do. I mean, financially. When you buy a home, you're setting yourself up for financial success. Now, we know 2008 came across and it hurt a lot of people. But again, you got to go into it smartly. You don't buy more house than you really can afford. You have to look at those things and get yourself a real estate agent. Don't buy this. Don't try to buy a house on your own. I mean, you need a real estate agent, but get a good one and get educated.
All right, some great advice there in your book, and we want to tell everybody about that. First off, you can follow Brian Bailey on social media at his book, Buying My First Home as a Military Veteran, can be found on Amazon and other sites as well.